Okay, so today we're going to go over accountability with our Infusionsoft software. Infusionsoft is a platform that we use online to help our clients succeed by keeping them on track with their goals. I'm going to sign in here. Everybody, new hires will get a sign in. So this initial platform is called my dashboard. It's going to show me a lot about, it's going to give me all the feedback on my clients. I've got A, B, and C clients. We'll talk about that in a second. It's going to tell me who I've contacted this week, who I have not. All these you want to be zero. That's your goal. You want zeros here. You don't want numbers because that means you haven't contacted somebody, especially in this did not support client group right here. We don't want any numbers here. That means that you didn't do something over here. This is going to give you your total number of clients right here. Total number of clients one-on-one and team training, and then total number of clients per fitness professional. So Adam has 39, Ross has 35, Travis 24, and Alex 25. Down at the bottom, it's going to tell you who has assessments this week. So for Adam's got Sherry Batista this week that he needs to do an assessment for. Okay, so we're going to talk about when you go do an assessment for your clients. I'm going to use myself as an example here. Probably going to talk in the third person a couple times, so don't get weirded out. I'm going to go up to all my clients. You can search in the search field up here for a specific client, or you can go to all of your clients. These are all my clients. That's how I see all of them. I don't want to mess around with one of the actual clients. I'm going to use myself as an example. Actually, I'll use our boss, Tony. Let's say that me and Tony are sitting down for an assessment. This is Tony's file in Infusionsoft. I've got options here. The ones that you're going to use the most are the email button and the internal forms button. Let's click on internal forms. Tony's sitting next to me. We're doing an assessment in our body composition software, which is another piece of the assessment process we'll go over later. For now, we're in Infusionsoft. I need to pull up the assessment form. I'm going to click on internal forms. I'm going to pick 30 fulfillment assessment and fill out form. Okay, so right here, Tony has done some testing on this, but let's go through it. The first thing I need to do is make sure the email is correct for the client. You can ask them that. Then I need to schedule their next assessment. Well, let's say today is February 23rd. In 6 weeks, which would be the first week of April, last week of March. And let's say I'm going to do it at noon. You would write out their assessment results. You would set SMART goals. These are goals that we need to be specific and measurable, right? So we don't just want to lose 5 pounds. We want to lose 5 pounds when? Okay, and then we want to establish an accountability plan. How am I going to lose the 5 pounds? What do I need to do? What are things I need to watch for? Or what does the client need to do specifically to lose those 5 pounds? Eat less chocolate is okay, but what about eat less chocolate during the week? That's a little bit more specific, something that the client can latch on to. And maybe if they don't eat any chocolate during the week, they'll just not eat chocolate on the weekends. So giving them as much guidance as possible in your accountability plan is a good thing. Okay, I've gone through this. I've talked to the client about their SMART goals, which you can have a couple. I would say, leave it under 5. We don't want to bombard people with a lot of goals. We want to hone in on the things that we can accomplish. Same goes for accountability. We're going to save it. What that did was send out an email to the client about what we just talked about. It also started a timer so that the Infusionsoft system will send an email to the accountability coach 5 days before the next assessment. It's going to remind you when that assessment's supposed to go off. Okay? What it will also do is remind you to establish a grade for the client. So Adam, make sure you establish accountability grading. This is another client that I have, Lindsay Newton. So when you push that save button on the assessment form, it's going to remind you, you'll need to go to the client's contact record, Infusionsoft 30, fulfillment, a client accountability grading sheet. This is something I need to do next. I would highly suggest you do this right after you save that assessment form. Don't even wait for the email. The email's nice, but if you've already done it, you've done it. You don't have to go back in and do it. You don't have to go back to the computer. So we're going to go down to 30, fulfillment, client accountability grading sheet. I'm going to fill this form out. A C client gets an email every single week from Infusionsoft that reminds them of those goals that you talked about and the accountability plan and feedback from the accountability coach, and that's all done through Infusionsoft. A B client gets an email once every other week or once every 2 weeks. An A client gets an email once a month. C clients need a lot of encouragement and a lot of reminders to be successful. B clients have mastered some habits and are doing well. A clients have mastered a lot of habits. They've got great nutrition and they don't need as many reminders. Tony's a C client. Okay, so you've saved that form now. So what that's done is started another timer that at the first week is going to send you an email that says, reminder to establish accountability for week 1 for Tony. Okay, you need to contact him. You need to come into Infusionsoft and you need to go to 30, fulfillment, the trainer, Adam, client accountability for the C client for week 1. And you're going to fill this form out. Here's his goals. It pulled over his goals again. It pulled over his accountability plan. Now you need to give the client feedback. Well, this is where the feedback comes in handy. Maybe I give them a tip that drink a big glass of water instead of the chocolate, right? Or ask them how you can help more so that they don't go for the chocolate, or tips that you can give them so that we can get to this goal up here. That's what this system is all about. I save it. That sends an email to the client that gives them that feedback, and you've done your week 1 for that client. So remember, even if you're not seeing the emails, which you should, because you should be on your Gmail during the week, but you should also be looking at the dashboard, because when you get here, this right here, these numbers right here, okay, week 1 for Ross for his C clients, how many people does he need to contact? You click on that 0, and it's going to list out all your clients that you need to go and fill out those forms for. So it makes it really easy. And that's pretty much the whole system that we used for accountability. And it's really good way to keep our clients on track and make sure that we get the results we want and the results that they want. If you have any questions, make sure you ask your head trainer or Tony Lindauer.